Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another baking video. I know, I promise I'm not a cooking channel because I'm literally not that great. But today we're going to be making cookies that actually get requested for me to make semi-often. As usual, I found this recipe on Pinterest. I take no credit for making it because I don't know how to do that kind of stuff. I'll link it down below in the description box, and otherwise we're just gonna get started. So this is my cute little recipe book. I've made it so many times, it's officially in our recipe cards instead of me just looking it up online every time.
The first thing you're going to want to do is get a small bowl for the first 7 dry ingredients. Our first ingredient is going to be 2 1/4 cups flour. You'll see that I'm using a fork to spoon my flour into the cup. That's just to keep the flour nice and light instead of condensing down. Our second ingredient is going to be baking soda, and we need 2 teaspoons of it. Then comes the salt. I prefer to use coarse salt. I like the texture and the flavor better. Next is 1 teaspoon ground ginger. Then we have 1½ teaspoons ground cinnamon. The original recipe called for 3/4 teaspoon cloves and 1/4 teaspoon allspice, but I prefer to do 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves and 1/2 teaspoon of allspice to give it a very nice mixture of flavors. Once we have all our dry ingredients, we can stir them together, and then we set the bowl aside until later. In our mixing bowl, we need 1½ sticks of softened butter. You want it to be room temperature so that it easily mixes and for a smooth and creamy texture. After we have the appropriate texture, it's time to add our sugars. We need 1/2 cup of brown sugar and 1/2 cup granulated sugar. And then we'll mix those until it is light and fluffy. Once it's fluffy, we will add 1 large egg, 1 teaspoon vanilla, and 1/3 cup molasses. And then we'll beat it until it's just incorporated. After we have all our wet ingredients, it's time to add our dry mixture in. And now we have our cookie dough.
Now that we have our dough made, we get to do the fun part of rolling it out. Normally, you're supposed to use 2 ungreased cooking sheets, and then you put the cookies on there 6 to a sheet. Each cookie should be 2 tablespoons of dough rolled into a ball and then dipped in sugar. But I'm making this for a group of people this weekend, so I need them to be a little bit smaller. That being said, we're going to try it a little bit different and try making them a little bit smaller than usual, and then guessing on baking and seeing how it goes. Hopefully they taste just as good. Who wants to always go by the book? That's no fun, obviously. I'm going to preheat the oven to 375 degrees. Also, usually it says to use an ungreased pan because I only have 3 cookie sheets, and I'm guessing I'm going to need either all of them or even them more than once. I am going to be putting wax paper on underneath just so that it's easier to go from one cookie set to another. Time to take off the rings so they don't get disgusting. Quick tip, Whenever I'm scooping with a spoon like this, unless if it's an actual cookie scoop that like has the to scoop all the dough out, I like to spray it with Pam before and then every once in a while I'm scooping. It literally makes the dough come out so much easier. And I'm sure someone else has discovered that, and by no means a new tip, but it is a fantastic thing to remember when you're baking. Now let's go. Just beeped that it is done preheating, so I'm gonna throw the first pan in and see how it goes. We're supposed to cook them between 11 and 13 minutes. I'm sorry, the top of my head is out of frame. 11 and 13 minutes, so we're gonna see how it goes. Hopefully they don't run into each other too much. They definitely flatten out a lot when you make them into a ball. That is probably because of a large amount of sugar. Not sugar. Large amount of butter. That makes sense. Oh my gosh. The science of baking just coming together in my head. Okay, I'm gonna throw these in and keep going with the rest.
No top gone.
Okay, I put these ones in for 10 minutes. It looks like that might have been a little long, but on the right path. They're still not set, so we'll see, but they don't look quite as puffy as they should be. This round, we're gonna try 7 minutes. I'd rather go under and then have to leave them in a little bit longer rather than have them in that long to start with. This is what they look like at 7 minutes. Beautifully puffed, still soft in the middle. Stop touching it. I think I really enjoy 7 minutes. I'm gonna throw in the last 2 sheets in and call it good. Okay, cookies are out, oven is off. We're finally wrapping this up. They gotta cool down for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna put them into a baggie for Sam to take with him this evening. So they deflate a little bit. They're not quite as puffy as when you first take them out of the oven. They get a little bit flatter and have that nice molasses cookie look. I don't know, I don't eat molasses cookies, but I think that will be all for today. I don't think you really care about me baking cookies upright. If you want to see me bake cookies up, comment down below. Also, please let me know what your favorite kind of cookie is, or if there's anything you bake for your family that you don't necessarily eat. I'm super intrigued by that because I never thought that that would be me, but here I am doing what I do. Okay, as always, please, I've been doing it the wrong way every time, so I think subscribe is going to be over here, so hit that subscribe button down there and please leave a like. And I'll see you next week.